Hello everyone, Red Panda Bricks here, back again for another LEGO video. Today I will be reviewing set number 71709, Jay and Lloyd's Velocity Racers, with 322 pieces, originally going for $29.99 USD. Starting out with the minifigures, we have Hosmer. I think that's how you're supposed to say his name, but he's one of the rat bad guys from season 12. And as you can see, he has a pretty cool weapon here, which I like these new controller pieces they have that they used for the weapon. It's a pretty cool piece. Sadly though, you can't have him hold it where you're supposed to hold a controller, because this is less of a controller and more of just a weapon. Which I don't know how I didn't realize this until now, but you could also put it on the other end. And he has some other printing on him. I like the little pixel art cheese. That's pretty cool. And he has a bunch of stuff on him too. He uses the new Prime Empire shoulder piece, which can hold swords at the back. He has two blue swords along with this piece here, which is also new for Prime Empire. I do like this head mold here. It's actually pretty cool. If we just take it off, we could see what it looks like, and it's supposed to be kind of like a rat, which I think it does a good job. It has that visor there, and I keep on moving the camera, but as we can see, if I can take it off, this piece goes into here. Also, if we take off the shoulder pads, we can see his back printing, which looks pretty cool. It has a little heart there, which is probably an extra life, but you'll probably never see that anyways, because he'll be wearing this armor. But anyways, on to the next one. Next we have Lloyd, which I think these Digi suits are probably some of the best suits. Well, maybe not the best, but there are some really good suits. And just looking at Lloyd, like the color schemes here, we have green, and then we have this light green, which because of the lighting, it's kind of hard to see the color. I'll try to block it out a little, but yeah, it's like that ghostly green is what I'd call it. And he also comes with two swords in the back, and that health bar piece here. And his sword is very similar to this guy's sword, just different color handle and a different sword edge. I like all the little dots in the designs of these suits, and the mask piece especially is really cool. If we just take a closer look at it, try to get it to zoom in, there we go. We can see right here it has his symbol, along with just a regular green mask with the white outlining. That's how you can tell it's a Prime Empire mask. And it has the little things on the back, the headband part. So this mask piece kind of reminds me of the ones introduced in Season 5, just with the little Prime Empire thing, the white part here. Also though, he has two face prints. He has this face print here, which is his regular Prime Empire one. It works best with when you put his mask on, and I just put it on backwards, but see, it works best with his mask on. And I really like the little blue lights on, like the blue glowing eyes. I think it's just a really cool part of him and what makes the suits great. And he also has this other face print, which is kind of a smile, but it's a little bit different than either of the face prints we've gotten for the other Lloyds. It's also the same one on this Forbidden Spinjitzu Lloyd, so I guess they just reused that, which I pointed out in one of my previous videos. And I guess this is more for, you could have the mask on, but I think this is more for if you want to just not have the mask on at all and just have the hairpiece on. It works quite well, which none of the hair pieces come in this set. This one is from a different set. I also want to point out that for all the ninja, this health bar piece is the same, which it should have different variations. You could find like full health or low health or no health. Kai's should be like at 1 health because that's how it was in the show. But also, if we take off his head and his armor, we can see his back printing, which says Lloyd on the back. I never noticed that. Wachi says Lloy, and I think there was supposed to be a D there, maybe? I don't know. But, yeah, overall, I'd say he's a pretty cool figure. Also, one more thing to point out. For both Jay and Lloyd, you can't have the swords inside their back when they're sitting in their vehicles, otherwise it just won't fit. But, on to the next one. Next, we have Jay, the main ninja of the season, and my personal favorite. And starting out with his weapon, though, it uses the same controller piece as Lloyd, and it has the chain in this really cool transparent green color, along with a sort of scythe piece. And I don't know what this weapon is called, but this is the newer one he seems to be using ever since like season 11. And I mean, it's close enough to nunchucks, but if we just take Lloyd's weapon here and then take this off and turn them into nunchucks, I just think it's a lot better of a weapon. Like, how cool would this be to have? Just go whack around a controller at the other enemies. But anyways, the health bar here is once again, like I said, the same as Lloyd's. And the helmet, or the mask I mean, is the same as Lloyd's, just with blue and with his symbol. Also, I want to point out that his hands here are inaccurate to the show, because this piece, because this piece, his hand here, his left hand, should actually have black, like Lloyd's. But for some reason, they decided not to do that, which I'll admit, this doesn't look as cool, but it's more accurate. And, yeah, he also has 2 faces. He has this regular face here, which is sort of similar to Lloyd's, but also different, because this one's sort of frowning. And he also has this smirking face, just like Lloyd. And once again, you can see it's different from all the other ones we've gotten, although it does look kind of close with that one. And once again, you can just use his hair piece here, which I think looks really good. And yeah, if we take off his armor though, which takes forever, and with everything I've taken apart, there's like a million Lego pieces on my desk right now. But, ooh, here we go. We can see the back part of his torso, which I think looks really cool. Looks like what's supposed to be spears right there, I think. And there's that little triangle design, along with all the circles, which I think looks pretty cool. And yeah, overall, I think these are some great suits, and I'd say Jay probably has one of the best suits for the season. And that's about it for the minifigures. Moving on to the build. Before we move on to the build, I'd like to mention that there's also all of these pieces. There's 2 of each of these, with this one and this one already being used for Jay and Lloyd. However, this one, along with the other one, which I just had here, I don't know where it is not being used in this set. These 2 aren't being used, which this would make a good piece for the Samurai X on the helmet. And these 2 daggers. We also have this piece, which will come into the video later. And it comes with this cool question mark piece, which is actually a sticker. And it's a sword you can have, one of the 3 katanas. and he could hold it if you wanted him to. And one last one of the very small builds, we have the surfboard, which, as you can see here, has a boomerang piece and that stud, along with a clip and a stud on the back. And actually, it goes with this guy. So while the other two get like a motorcycle and a jet, this guy gets a surfboard. Next, we have Lloyd's motorcycle. And you can tell it's Lloyd's because it has Lloyd right there. It has his symbol. And it's green. It also has the number 5 here, which I'm pretty sure is a reference to Lloyd's original appearance, where he had the number 5 on his shirt in green, which I'm pretty sure was just foreshadowing to the fact that he'd be the 5th ninja. And we also see those guys there. I forgot what they were called, but this thing is probably full of Easter eggs I wouldn't be able to tell because I don't want to feel like translating it through the Ninjago translator. So you could do that yourself if you want to. And the one thing about this, along with like the other big motorcycle I have, the season 14 one, is that they fall over too easily. Watch. I want to be able to roll my vehicles across the floor. Now while this ain't the floor, this is a desk, but still. It didn't even roll off camera. At the least, like, roll off the edge of the desk. That's a problem with these, but, yeah, you can push this down right here to make it go up, and you could actually put Lloyd in here. Which, like I said earlier, you would need to get rid of these sword pieces, otherwise it won't fit. See? Try doing that. Sword pieces won't allow it to fit. Gotta take these out. At least it can still fit with the back thing, the shoulder armor. You also need to put the hands up a little. Okay, it's a little bit difficult to do, especially when you're looking at the camera and not the actual screen. But once you get it right, there. Now Lloyd is in his motorcycle. And I do wish LEGO would stop doing things like this, where they just have it random colors on the Technic pieces. Like, just get the colors to be accurate. But yeah, that's all I really have to say about Lloyd's bike. On to the next one. Next we have Jay's jet. And it also has one of these long sword pieces, is what I call it, but this time in a light blue rather than a light green. And it has some stickers similar to Jay's. It has his little symbol there. His symbol is also right there, but I do not see anywhere where it says his name on here. So, yeah, I also forgot to mention for Lloyd's, there's a controller here, which is the handle. And I guess this goes up and down to let him in. But you really don't need it down to let him in. Like, it can just let him in the way it is, but okay. And here we go. We put him in. Great. This is a little bit hard. There we go. And he's in. And fly. I forgot to mention, I also really like these pieces, which is supposed to show it like zooming by. So I guess if you had it parked, you could just not have these pieces in. Which again, they're using like a different color of Technic, which I guess wouldn't be too bad if it wasn't see-through and you could like easily notice it. But yeah, one cool thing, which this is where that sword comes back in. If you put it in here, and then turn it left, it will open up. And then turn it right again, and it will close. See, it's pretty cool. I guess if you want it in 2 different modes, which, again, Technic piece in wrong color. Now, in reality, you don't have to need the sword. You could do it with your fingers. In fact, you could probably just do it with any other sword. Oh, well, there goes that. But yeah, it's still pretty cool, and I think that's all I have to say about this set. This video is already long, or at least it is right now. I've been filming for like 20 minutes, but it'll be much shorter in editing. But that's about it for this video. Let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. Name what other sets you want to see reviewed. And if it happens to be a set I have, I might review it. If not, I'll probably end up not reviewing it. There's a high chance that it won't be a set I have, because I don't have that. I have a lot, but just not the entire database of Legos. But anyways, like the video if you enjoy, please subscribe. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.